And I just want to start things out by saying that as I am recording this, specifically as I'm recording this episode of the Animation Podcast, it is July 1st, 2017, which means that it is the 150th anniversary of Canada. And as a proud Canadian myself, I just want to say happy birthday, Canada, and I wish you for many more fantastic years to come. Bonne fête, le Canada! So I just want to start things out by getting that out of the way. But now, let's go and move on from Canada to Equestria with the new big trailer that was released, which is for the My Little Pony movie. And to give you guys a little bit of an example of what's basically going to be happening with My Little Pony the movie, of course, this is a movie based on the hit TV show that happened this decade, which is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And what's been going on is that the Equestria girls were throwing a party, and suddenly things were getting real screwy when there's this one evil pony whose horn got completely broken, and she pretty much came in to destroy all of Equestria. So it's up to the main six, which consist of, let's see if I can remember, Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, and Applejack. Whoo! I got it right. Okay, good. So it's up to them to go and meet some new friends, which includes some mermaid ponies, a griffin who is also a pirate, and many, many more, to go and save Equestria from the evils of this pony that came in and just screwed up everything. And on top of that, this movie will also include an all-star cast, which is on top of all the voice actresses who return to provide their voice of their respectable ponies. You got Kristen Chenoweth as a mermaid pony. You got Liev Schreiber as this demon servant for the main villain. You got Sia as a Sia pony. Uzo Abura. You also got Zoe Saldana as a pirate griffin, and so much more. So it's definitely an all-star cast that's coming in for this My Little Pony movie. And, I just want to start things out by saying that, personally for me, I am not actually a brony. I only have seen a few episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It's not that I hate the show. It's just more like, it's not really my cup of tea, and considering how my life has always been busy with working on my videos and, my life in general and all that kind of stuff, I just didn't really have time to actually watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. But I gotta say, even if I'm not a brony, just by watching this trailer, holy crap, I'm actually really quite impressed. And the one good thing that I can start off with this is that I could definitely tell that with this one, they really are trying to make a movie with this. One of the biggest problems with many of the other movies that are based on TV shows, or when it's a big movie that came out just to tie in with the TV show, you could definitely tell that they're just doing it as this 90-minute episode of the series. You can literally just chop it up and just put it as a couple of episodes, and that's it. But in here, however, you could definitely tell how the stakes are going a little bit higher. Now, again, I'm not too familiar with the My Little Pony series, and maybe this is a bit of the norm with what's going on with the TV show, but you could definitely tell how the stakes are getting a little bit higher, how Equestria Girls is really going to be screwed, and that the ponies are going to go on this really big adventure while meeting a whole bunch of new friends and stuff like that. So you could definitely tell that they are treating this a lot more as a movie than just an episode that they decide to just extend to 90 minutes. But also the biggest improvement that I've seen compared to the show is actually regarding the animation. And even if you're not a brony or a Pegasister, if you're an animation fan, then the big selling point for this is that for the first time in probably a long time, we're going to have a legit hand-drawn animated feature. Now, the one thing I do know about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is that the animation is basically flash animation, because nowadays that's kind of the cheaper alternative than actually doing hand-drawn animation and all that kind of stuff. But in here, though, you could tell that the movements are a lot more smoother. This is not done by flash animation. This is actually drawn by hand. You could definitely see how, like, whenever the characters would turn and stuff like that, it feels a lot more smoother. It doesn't feel like it's flash at all, where suddenly, like, one pose would suddenly just immediately turn into another pose. So that I could definitely give credit that they really leveled up on this. But I'm not going to say that all this is going to be hand-drawn animation. From what I could tell is that the entire backgrounds that the characters are set in is entirely computer animated, actually. Although it is stylized to make it more themed with the TV show on how the backgrounds on that series look like, and they really did a good job on that. But incorporating computer animation just to add that depth into it, it definitely is a nice touch for the sake of the series. So even though for someone like me, I'm not 100% sure if I could say that they really leveled up written-wise to make this an entire movie, but I can guarantee you they certainly have leveled up in terms of what they're showing with the animation. Is all I'm saying. Like, the animation certainly got a lot more of an upgrade. And in terms of the stuff that they are showing in here, of course, they're pretty much presenting all the they're basically showing the same style of humor. Like, they want to share the exact same tone as they did with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, including some of the humor. And I'm not gonna say they're like laugh out loud funny, but it has a cute charm to it. Like, it got me more in a few chuckles than they do laughs. But at least I could say it's definitely better than something like the Emoji Movie or Nut Job 2, where, like, I see this and it's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of funny, in contrast to those films where it's like, it's not funny at all. So that's kind of the big thing, is that they're basically trying to do their best to actually make a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic movie. But the one thing I could say that does seem like a bit of a downside, though, that I could definitely tell in its future, is that, honestly, I really don't see this as a box office hit. Because that's kind of the thing, though, is that, yes, it is My Little Pony movie, and it is going to be hand-drawn and all that kind of stuff, but then again, it is a My Little Pony movie, and the core audience that is going to be watching this is just fans of the series. Like, definitely the current ones, and it could probably depend on people who used to watch the show. Like, they've enjoyed some of the past seasons, but they're not really that into it now. Maybe they could go back into seeing this. So who knows how that could go. But yeah, it looks like it's mostly aiming for those types of audiences there. I honestly cannot really see the general public decided to gain this massive interest for My Little Pony and to go check it out. Especially when during the past, the general public's view on, like, the My Little Pony fandom and stuff like that has honestly not really been that favorable. So, and it also, like, another big factor is the fact that it's going to be released in October. And throughout history in recent years, we have seen that in the box office, October is usually a dead month when it comes to movies. It's usually because people are just waiting for the next big movie to come out. Like, November is usually the one that would regain the spark, and there's already a whole bunch of big name movies that are going to be released in November, including stuff like Thor Ragnarok, Justice League is going to be released, and also there's going to be Pixar's next animated feature, which is Coco. So that's pretty much why October is not really that much of a movie month, is because people are just waiting for next month to happen. Or usually, if you're an October movie, then you better hope that you're either a space movie in the veins of like Gravity or The Martian, or you're a horror movie just to tie in with Halloween. Otherwise, you're not really going to get that much. Now, this is not really to slam completely on My Little Pony the movie, not to say that it's completely useless. Just by watching this trailer, I could definitely say, sure, it's not going to be much at the box office, but there could be a pretty good chance that it could actually be an enjoyable movie. I mean, one thing, like, I think that's probably the best thing that this trailer actually did, is that for someone like me, who doesn't care much about My Little Pony, I'm actually quite interested to see what this film has to offer. It looks like it has a lot of great adventures, great animation, and maybe some memorable characters in there as well. Who knows what could happen? But it does actually seem rather intriguing to say. Like, honestly, yeah, it does seem actually pretty intriguing. So who knows how the My Little Pony movie could come out. But I would say, honestly, even for me, I'm actually quite optimistic to see what they have in store for it. So, if you guys are really excited, if you guys are really excited to go and check out My Little Pony onto the big screen, then all you have to do is just wait until October 6th for the grand release of My Little Pony the movie.